This is THV 11 News at 6.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brooke Buckner alongside Faith Woodard and Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannon.
Tom, we want to start with the weather because it's starting to feel like winter. So how long are these cold temperatures going to stick around?
Well, we had a nice uptick today. The weekend was cold. You noticed that, right? It was cold this weekend.
Cold.
It got warmer today. Tomorrow, possibly near 70 here in Little Rock.
I like to hear that.
But then winter comes back. Yeah, you're right. Winter is on the way back. Beautiful night out there tonight. Get out and enjoy it over the next couple of hours. Our temperatures will be reasonable for that evening stroll. You see traffic out over 6:30 this evening. Sky conditions are clear. Here's the way the numbers shape up. We're down to 48. We were in the upper 50s last hour, so we're cooling quickly. Dry air in place. 52 Fayetteville, 244 down in El Dorado. We'll drop off into the middle 30s by tomorrow morning under clear skies and the next 3 days. We are going to see that temperature roller coaster continue. 67, possibly more tomorrow with a lot of sunshine. Clouds roll in Wednesday. There will be a chance of rain. I'll have the timing on that chance of rain and who it may impact. And then much colder for Thursday. I'll have more in your forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Tom. Because of the cold temperatures, healthcare professionals believe that there will continue to be a rise in the number of flu cases.
An estimated 15 million have reportedly come down with the virus, with this map from the CDC showing just how many states are experiencing high or very high levels.
Roughly 180,000 people have been hospitalized nationwide and 7,400 have died.
Former Northwest Arkansas psychiatrist Brian Hyatt has been found mentally fit to proceed in his ongoing Medicaid fraud case, according to court filings. Hyatt, who led the state medical board and the behavioral health unit at Northwest Medical Center, faces multiple allegations of patient abuse and fraudulent billing.
The defense plans to contest the state's findings with a follow-up hearing set for May. Hyatt's trial has been delayed multiple times in prior mental health treatment and involuntary commitment orders.
Tonight, an Arkansas woman is sharing her story after a scary moment on Interstate 30. On her drive to Little Rock from Saline County Sunday afternoon, she went under the Bryant Parkway overpass, and that's where she says someone dropped a big rock onto her sunroof, shattering the glass. This is the damage that it caused. Now, it could have been a lot worse if her interior sunroof cover was open, but thankfully she had that closed. Today, she shared her experience with me.
I thought my side windows had been blasted out. It sounded like a gunshot or something against the windows, but as I glanced really quickly, they were all intact, and so I immediately looked up. I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw a boy, another person I couldn't identify, on the overpass looking over, and then they ran off to their left.
Robertson filed a police report hoping to find the person responsible. If you have any information that could be helpful, reach out to Bryant Police.
Well, a $2 billion data center is coming to Pulaski County, promising millions in investment and hundreds of new jobs. City leaders and economic groups are calling this a win, while some residents say they were left out of the conversation. They're now raising questions about the environmental price tag. THV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky breaks down the debate.
For some in Little Rock, the words data center is no longer a neutral phrase.
So nothing controversial about that.
It's another slap in the face to Arkansans who have been asking for some transparency around data centers.
City leaders are calling the latest data center announcement an economic win. It's expected to be built on the north side of 145th Street near Wrightsville. Sam Dubke with Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders' office says in a statement she believes that data centers have the opportunity to provide multi-billion-dollar investments to the Arkansas communities. While some residents like Osiris Bali with Arkansas Grassroots United is not celebrating. He's raising concerns about transparency, infrastructure, and long-term impact.
What we've seen nationally, data centers usually use up a really big percentage of the community's electricity. And not only that, the amount of water consumption and waste of the water really hurts communities. The air quality declines and as well as the noise pollution.
Jack Thomas with the Little Rock Chamber of Commerce calls the data center a great investment for the community.
When you see some of the controversy that exists out there in other places, much of that is not relevant in Arkansas. And that's a credit to state and local leadership that's put regulatory framework in place to protect ratepayers and protect the general consumer.
David Palmer with Entergy says the data center will draw 150 megawatts of power, enough to power 37,000 homes. And he says it'll actually be beneficial for ratepayers.
At the end of the day, with, them covering their cost to interconnect and then them contributing to standard rates like anybody else, that actually works to lower everybody's rates.
He adds there's enough energy for everyone and the grid won't be overloaded.
We don't anticipate that there's any power shortage to occur because, again, we have proposed some investments in some new plants.
Bali is encouraging people to do their own research and to speak up.
When we talk about Arkansas, we're talking about the natural state. A lot of the things that attract people to Arkansas are those outdoor opportunities and being in nature. And so the fact that these data centers bring so much climate stress currently and to the future.
In Little Rock, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Construction is expected to start in the first quarter of this year and be finished by June 2027. To read the full statement from Governor Sanders as well as Mayor Frank Scott, go to THV11.com.
Well, it's almost time to file your taxes, but before the IRS starts accepting returns, we want to make sure you know the new changes happening to your refund.
This year, you could see your tax return jump by an additional $1,000 due to major changes from the 2025 One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And certain groups may also see benefits starting with seniors 65 or older, as they could get an additional $6,000 in deductions.
Service industry workers are also getting relief. If you earn tips up to $25,000, could be tax-free as long as your adjusted gross income stays below the threshold.
Families with children are getting help as well. The child tax credit is now permanently set at $2,200 per qualified child. Before you start counting your refund, remember, everyone's situation is different.
The real answer will come once you really file. You can do so from January 26th till April 15th.
And South Arkansas now has one less safety net for moms and babies. The Ouachita County Medical Center in Camden is closing its OB-GYN unit.
CEO Glenda Harper blames a critical shortage of nurses and doctors. Only one obstetrician remains. The unit also costs more than it brings in and was hemorrhaging more than $50,000 a month on obstetrics.
Harper says the facility is now banking on a $4 million federal grant and hopes to reopen under a new rural emergency model.
Up in Northwest Arkansas, students from Bentonville High School have created a unique device that helps nonverbal individuals with autism communicate. Laura Castleman explains the project that combines compassion with technology.
Bentonville High School students have created a unique device that helps nonverbal individuals with autism communicate. This project combines compassion with technology.
Students from Bentonville High School alongside Autism Involves Me have created a device designed to support nonverbal individuals. Using AI and sensors, the device identifies changes in stress levels to help caregivers and educators better understand when support may be needed.
And how this started is that we realized that everyone experienced stress. And as we realized that, we didn't want to communicate to everyone, hey, I'm stressed today.
The device will attach to phones or tablets and display a color that indicates emotional state. Red for stressed, green for calm, and yellow for caution.
Amazing concept of what they're working on.
So we were going to have a pop socket attached to these devices, and what the pop socket does is it has two sensors. It has a temperature and humidity sensor.
Students say it's a way to use technology to help their fellow classmates who communicate differently.
AI is rapidly advancing and we can just use it for many different projects for good. My role was training and maintaining the AI model on the stress lysis CSV dataset to detect stress levels based on the input of the temperature and humidity sensor.
And autism advocates say the best part is it promotes inclusion.
We're just so excited to see a group of young people like this that are interested in inclusion and helping their fellow students at school and beyond that into the workforce.
Their project is already catching attention and they hope to expand to local businesses soon.
Well, renowned Arkansas photographer Andrew Kilgore passed away last week, leaving behind a lasting legacy through his art. Born in Virginia in 1940, Kilgore's brief stop in Fayetteville turned into a lifelong journey. Over decades, he focused on preserving Arkansas's diverse lives, creating a vast archive of personal histories, totaling more than 30,000 portraits. And after the break, a Little Rock woman's back pain uncovered a serious health challenge. Her journey to fighting and overcoming cancer is coming up next.
Parade of fronts on the way. Temperatures tomorrow could get close to 70 here in Little Rock. But then notice we come back down to normal or maybe slightly below in the coming days. I'll have your forecast when we come back.